Who's the most heartless and evil person you've ever met? My Aunt Camille. Everyone thought she was amazing. She had perfect lipstick, designer purses, and this way of walking into a room like she owned it. My parents loved having her around. She'd bring me gifts, expensive stuff like journals with gold edges and perfume that smelled like vanilla. I was 10 when she moved in with us for a few months after her divorce. I thought it was going to be fun, like having an older sister. But Camille had this thing where she'd say stuff that sounded nice at first, then felt wrong later. Like she'd ruffle my hair and go, "You're such a chubby smart girl. At least you have brains since you'll never be the pretty one." I remember laughing because I didn't know what else to do. My mom just smiled like it was a compliment. She started throwing out my things. I had this cheap lip gloss I bought with my allowance, and she tossed it in the trash saying, "Why waste money when you look better without it anyway?" When I tried doing my hair different for school pictures, she told me I looked like I was trying too hard. Just be yourself, Lena. You know, the smart, quiet type. The eyebrow thing happened during a sleepover in 7th grade. I woke up and half my eyebrows were gone. Camille was standing there with a razor, laughing so hard she had tears. "It's just a prank, relax. They'll grow back." I went to school like that for weeks. People stared. One kid called me an alien. Camille told my parents I did it myself for attention. Then she started talking to my friends, told them I had issues, that I saw a therapist for psychological problems. I didn't even see a therapist. But suddenly, 2 of my closest friends stopped coming over. One of them, Becca, told me her mom said I might be troubled. I cried for days. Camille patted my back and said, "Maybe you're just hard to be around, sweetie." My parents never believed me. "She's family," Dad would say. "She's been through a lot with the divorce. Just ignore her," Mom would add. "She doesn't mean it that way. You're too sensitive." By 14, I stopped eating dinner with them. I'd take my plate to my room, close the door, and write. I wrote everything. How I felt, what she said, how nobody listened. It was the only thing that made sense. I filled notebooks. One night, I left my journal on my desk. The next week, I was scrolling online and saw a post on this forum my classmates used. It was titled, "Diary of a Pathetic Teen." The words were mine, my exact words, about feeling invisible, about hating how I looked. Someone commented, "Who writes this cringe?" Another said, "This girl needs help." I knew it was her. I ran downstairs screaming, crying, shaking my phone at my parents. Camille sat there sipping tea and shrugged. "Maybe don't write such embarrassing stuff if you don't want people to see it." My mom told me to calm down, said I was overreacting, that maybe I shouldn't leave my private thoughts lying around. I left home 3 weeks after I turned 17, stayed with my cousin across town. My parents called me ungrateful. Camille told everyone I ran off with some guy who sold drugs. None of it was true. I was just working at a diner and finishing high school online. It took years to fix what she broke. I became a therapist. I work with kids in foster care and bad home situations. I kept every single journal I ever wrote. I remind myself I survived. Last month, Camille showed up at my office. She had her daughter with her, a girl about 13. The kid looked exactly like I did back then. Thin, quiet, eyes down. Camille's voice was shaking. She won't eat. She won't talk. Kids at school are bullying her. I don't know what to do. I looked at that girl. I saw myself. I took her as my patient. Camille didn't recognize the irony, but I did. And now I get to be the person I needed back then, for her daughter. The one Camille couldn't protect because she was too busy being the monster.